Joining us now from House Judiciary, Congressman Wesley Hunt. Congressman, it's always great to see you again. What's your take on what you just heard? Show the data. DHS says assaults against ICE officers are up 1,300%. Vehicular attacks on ICE up 3,200%. Death threats against ICE up 8,000%. Put this all together. What do you make of what you just heard?
Well, first of all, Minnesota is going to be in direct violation of the Supremacy Clause. And let me be absolutely clear here when I say this. When somebody crosses the border and enters this country illegally, it is, in fact, a federal crime. And that gives jurisdiction to the federal government to right that wrong. We had 20 million people enter this country illegally. And this is why President Trump is back in office, because people in this country want to see this cleaned up. In Minnesota, as a sanctuary, Minnesota and Minneapolis, as a sanctuary city, is in direct violation of obstructing the justice of the federal government. And so now when you hear about police officers and ICE agents being boxed in, not being able to do the job that the federal government sent them to do, guess what? Those people that are impeding them are also committing a crime. Like I said before, elections have consequences, and the consequences of this, of the last 4 years of this border invasion, is that we're going to correct this wrong, and that's exactly what the Trump administration is trying to do.
You know, President Joe Biden, Democrats in his administration, Alejandro Mayorkas, DHS Secretary, Biden's DHS Secretary, did not enforce federal law that was already on the books, the Immigration Nationality Act, for example. They opened up the borders. Lawmakers said they did it to let in an estimated 12 million illegal aliens. They did it to get more Democrat voters. That has been the charge. But watch Democrat Presidents Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and former Speaker Nancy Pelosi say illegal immigration must be stopped, that America must have a secure border. Watch this.
We must continue to do everything we can to strengthen our borders, enforce our laws, and remove illegal aliens from our country. We are a nation of immigrants, but we're also a nation of laws. Our plan will triple the number of criminal and other deportable aliens. Every day, illegal aliens show up in court who are charged. Some are guilty, and surely some are innocent, but they're all illegal aliens. And whether they're innocent or guilty of the crimes they're charged with in court, they're still here illegally, and they should be sent out of the country.
To the undocumented workers, you have to say, look, you've broken the law. You didn't come here the way you were supposed to. So this is not going to be a free ride. You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally.
Democrats support also enforcing laws, current laws, against those who came here illegally.
So your reaction to that, because here's the thing. Government data shows more than 662,000 criminal illegal aliens and those convicted and charged with crimes crossed the border starting 40 years ago. Illegal aliens accused of murder, rape, homicide, kidnapping, child predators, and much more. So why are Democrats today treating American citizens victimized by that as rounding errors, as mere statistics, when you just heard Bill Clinton, Obama, and Nancy Pelosi say, stop all that?
Well, don't you miss the good old days back when Democrats understood what illegal immigration really was, back when Democrats understood the difference between a man and a woman, back when Barack Obama actually understood what it meant to have a ton of people flooding this country, and he actually deported far more people than President Trump has. Oh, the good old days. But now we are living in the world to where Democrats don't understand the difference between a man and a woman. And if you can't make that very simple a systematic mental leap, guess what? There's no wonder why they're breaking the law. There's no wonder why they have sanctuary cities. There's no wonder why they don't believe in legal immigration. There once was a time when they did believe it, and now they don't. At the end of the day, we must stay the course, continue to follow the laws of this land. And if you look at our southern border right now, and me being down here in Texas, we didn't need any more laws. We simply needed a new president. And our southern border is now secure. It is now up to us to secure the rest of the country.
Congressman Wesley Hunt from House Judiciary. It's great to have you back on. It's good to see you.